sometimes people tend to think of success in terms of metrics in the platform. Like, I want to reach, I don't know, 1 million video views.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's all about business metrics, and it's very important to understand what are the needs. And have you seen, or have you ever in conversation with brands come to a point where you say, okay, but wait a minute, why are we doing this? And helping the brand define the goal, or you always get like a very clear strategy and brief?
I would say 60-70% of the time, like, we get a clear strategy and brief, but sometimes the rest of the time the client doesn't really know what they want. They know they have a budget, they have to spend it somehow, and they know more or less like which markets are important to them. But the kind of content, they say, hey, here's the budget. What kind of campaign can we do? Say, okay, so you want also for me to do the creative part of this campaign? Yeah, that would be super helpful. Okay, fine. It's gonna cost you more, but then also, okay, where do you want to be seen? What platforms are important to you? What demographics? What ages do you want to impact? Do you just want to get the name out there, or do you really want to drive something? To be fair, now we're getting into a point more and more where brands are more educated. For example, there's a clear guidelines. Okay, I'm going to do a YouTube integration with a YouTuber. That means most of the times I want a direct link click, or I want to make impact, because YouTubers are known to be more, let's say, qualitative, right?
Yeah.
Because people watch YouTube videos, they stick for longer. Or for example, for TikTok, you know exactly what kind of audience you impact. But then you're also super dependent of the platforms, because the platforms, they put restrictions more and more, and they know that their ad space is also more valuable. For example, a platform like TikTok, once you post something that is sponsored, like, it directly plummets, because they know it's sponsored, and if you want it to perform well, you have to boost the video. So the platforms are also playing a lot with it. So we try to advise, like, also what would be the good strategy for them sometimes.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest value that content creators bring to brands, because if you think about the classic value chain, or value creation chain of marketing of any brand, you need to, okay, I need to spend money on producing the content. Once I need to produce once I spend the money on producing the content, I need to create a media plan and pay for people to see. And before producing the content, I needed the creative agency. So you have creative agency to create the concept, the production company that produces the content, and then you have to pay the media to distribute the content and be seen. With content creators, all this process is accelerated, and you get creative, production, and distribution in the same person. And not only that, what you were mentioning with the example of the FIFA campaign, you can interact and adapt the content to make sure that you're reaching your target. So as you get the engagement and the performance of the content, you get information that tells you in real time how you should be creating the content. And in your opinion, how are content creators changing the sports landscape at the moment? Because this is a huge revolution for all the industries, but sports, with that personal connection, it's even more. And I believe personally that content creators are going to be key players in the future of the sport industry, at the same level as broadcaster has been with media rights money.
100%. 100%. I think one of the big examples of one of the recent examples that I've seen, besides, like, leave all the content creators, that's the hundreds of content creators, for example, that went to the Champions League final, to tell a story, and they went with the brands and all the partners of the Champions League. They have their specific global allocation, but also local allocation. So you would have, like, a PlayStation Global, they bring out 20 content creators. A PlayStation Italy, they bring out 2 Brazil, etc. Like, all the brands, they know, okay, it's a fight for relevance, right?
Yeah.
It's a fight for how can we make like this content world as much as good as possible. but also how do we fight with the other brands, right? So attention. One of the recent examples that I've seen, you had this Legends match before the Champions League final, and man, like me and you, especially like also we're over 30, so Kaka, Snyder, Seydorf, Frank Ribery, but also some older guys. I'm forgetting so many names. You had 40 legends, like really legends, and they made 4 teams, and they did it in a basketball hall. And on each team, this was the craziest thing so far that I've seen. On each team, there was a content creator. On one team there was Luva, which is a Brazilian guy. On one team you had Speed, of course Speed, the biggest. On one team you had a German content creator, and the other one Lee Autogo, which is an Italian publisher. And you look at it and you say, okay, but these are champions, these are monsters, they're like the best of the best. Why are there content creators on the pitch? And the simple answer is, okay, if you have all these Giovanni Elber and Lothar Matthäus and stuff, and maybe our uncles would go and our dads, and they would like it and they would invite their friends, but they wouldn't make the effort probably to go to the stadium. So you need to fill the stadium. So how do you fill the stadium? With speed. So that thousands of kids scream to their parents like, yo, I want to go to this thing because speed is going to be there. The kids, with all due respect, they don't care about Giovanni Elber, They want to go to see their favorite content creators. So this is this crazy change that is going on right now, also with the Kings League. Content creators and legends. Once they bring out Shevchenko and Pirlo, and like no one really cares. They still care much more about the DJ Mario and Ibai and stuff. So
100%.
You have like this weird thing now that's okay. You have these legends and people who defined this world and the new gen.
And you have content creators that transition to media companies, and you have the example of Fabrizio Romano, which is incredible. What he has built and what you have built with him on the commercial side.
No, Fabrizio is I think I know many people, but Fabrizio is I think probably the hardest working the guy that I know, just because the hours he put in and the concentration and the consistency for so long, like for 4, 5, 6 years, every day in, day out, 10, 15 transfer window, like 18 hours a day, trying to keep up with everything. That's first thing, right? Like the information seeking part as a journalist. But then also, how do I translate all the information that I have into efficient communication? Like people most of the time think he doesn't do it himself, but all the tweets I've seen from close, all the tweets, all the Instagram posts, the stories, recording videos every day. Every day there's 2 YouTube videos of 10 minutes that he puts out. He films them usually without hesitation, without anything. To be able to produce that much amount of content it's hard, very hard. I would say it's almost impossible. Like he produces more than a football club, and he's by himself. And sure, we support with editing videos and stuff, but he does on average 100 tweets a day in a transfer window. 100 tweets, it's 100 Instagram stories. Then he does like around 10, 15 Facebook posts. He does 2 short form videos and 2 YouTube videos. And output in a day, it's crazy. And now you also see the shift that he's doing from being only a football journalist, but also being a publisher. So, for example, Real Madrid is playing Champions League on a Wednesday, and Luka Modric gives an assist. And he is the first one to post a picture of Luka Modric, like good, nicely cut, good lights, good fit. Luka Modric with another assist, the magician, bam, 2 million likes, and he sees that this is as efficient or more than posting about Bournemouth is signing this left back who no one knows of, So he's also making the shift. Okay, I'm also a journalist, but I'm also this content guy.
I think the future of the sport industry and the future of football in particular, with all the transition things we're seeing with media rights, is going to go that way. It's going to go with personalities, content creators that will become publishers and will find alternative ways to monetize the content, not relying so much on media rights. I think that's the future for me.
100%. I mean, you know more than anyone. Like now, the media rights is such a difficult property to sell. I know the French league is struggling, the Serie A is struggling, like to get those rights away, because okay, would you pay $40-$50 per month to watch these games if you, like, let's face it, everyone under 18, they prefer to see a TikTok of 60 seconds, show me the best plays. If there's a nice nutmeg, I will see the clip of it. If there is a nice goal, I will probably see it. Like, am I going to watch these 90 minutes now and also pay big money for it?
Yeah.
Probably not. So you rather have like a guy like eBay or in Brazil, Casa TV, who are personalities. They stream it. You're watching the game, but you're not really watching the game. You watch the interaction and you want to see how your favorite personality responds to the game. So this is the shift that we're seeing now, and I think we will go there more and more.
Yeah, I think just you mentioned is the interaction. The interaction is the key.